Yo, what is up, guys? Yours truly, KingAce. I'm here to give you guys a video. Yes, can I say I'm back? Yeah, you can say I'm back. Now, today I'm going to be talking about misused and underutilized anime characters. Now, the reason why I came up with this concept is because I've been watching a lot of Naruto, and I recently thought Naruto has a lot of characters that have been misused and underutilized. And what I mean by underutilized, it means they haven't been utilized to their full extent, to their full capabilities. So I decided, why not make a video? Today I'm going to be talking about Neji Hyuga and why I believe he was misused and underutilized. All right, we're going to talk about all the good things from Naruto Part 1, and obviously then talk about Naruto Shippuden, because Naruto Shippuden, he was fucking underutilized. Excuse my language, but he was underutilized badly. Alright, so in Naruto Part 1, Kishimoto did a thing where he made us invested in the character Neji Hyuga. Like, everybody, me myself included, was invested in Neji Hyuga. He had the power, he had the skill set, he was a genius. He was one of the most over anime characters in Naruto. He had it all. You know, and we were invested, and we were like, yo, Neji is that guy. Neji was better than Sasuke at the time. Neji was arguably the #1 ninja in that class, in that Rookie 11 class. Even though they're Neji, Rock Lee, and fucking Tenten. Excuse my language. Again, sorry about that. I'm trying to like lower the cussing for you guys. Even though they're like a year older, and that whole little last generation class, Neji was the best, and we were invested in the character Neji. And if you want to do it to WWE terms, which I probably will, Neji played a heel perfectly. Like, we were so invested between Neji. When we got to see the Naruto versus Neji fight, that was arguably the best fight in Naruto. Arguably, because there was so much behind it. When Neji tried to kill his own cousin Hinata, and the tuning exams, tried to kill his own cousin, then Naruto picked up Hinata blood. He said, I'm going to defeat you. And then they fought. That was amazing. Neji at that time and point was utilized perfectly. He was a stepping stone for Naruto to get better, to get stronger, to overcome destiny. He was that person. And it didn't stop there. We got to see more of him. Then we got to see him fight Kidomaru, which is arguably top 5, one of the best fights in Naruto. One of the best fights. He did it. Neji was utilized perfectly in Naruto Part 1. He was the stepping stone when he versed Naruto to become better than what he already was. And then he had some classic matchups. He was a great character in Naruto Part 1. Now, here's where things get rocky. In Naruto Part 2, Shippuden, granted, a lot of characters were underutilized and misused. Shikamaru, other characters. Shikamaru actually wasn't really underutilized, but he was kind of misused in some ways. Tenten was always misused or underutilized, but a lot of characters weren't utilized correctly at all. Neji was just one character who had it all. He had it all. He had everything. Going from after leaving Naruto Part 1 and going to Shippuden, he had everything. But he just went downhill. Like, there really isn't anything memorable from Naruto and Naruto Shippuden from Neji. There isn't anything memorable because he was so misused and he was underutilized and whatnot. Like, there's nothing like Neji could have did so much for the series of Naruto Shippuden had he been utilized correctly, had it been utilized to its full extent. Had they dissected into the Byakugan way earlier on instead of just talking about the Tenseiga and whatnot later on with fucking Madara and whatnot and Hyuga. Had they done that earlier, they had the perfect Hyuga, Neji. The only memorable thing is when Neji died, and that's where I feel like they misused him. They misused him in a way where when he died, it almost didn't mean anything. And granted, I made a video saying Neji death did mean something. It meant the world. In my opinion, it meant the world. It awoke Naruto to the point where he's like, yo, this is real. This is not a game. This is real life. Like, people are going to die in this war. I think it meant the world, but it was misused. You know, had they had Neji do something beforehand, something big, and then had him die right there and then, it would have meant way more. But he was underutilized. Neji, in my opinion, had everything. He had everything. He had the genius mind. He had the skills. He was number one. He was that guy. He was up there with Sasuke. He was the number one in that rookie class up until Shippuden, where everything started, the power scaling, started like faltering. Like people who were really here got here, and people who were really here got here. Like it started getting weird. You know what I'm saying? Like Neji was up here, then he went down to here. Like the focus wasn't really on the supporting characters, but it was on Naruto and Sasuke. And I understand that's what Shippuden wasn't. Shippuden kind of unfocused on the supporting characters and focused more on the main characters. Sakura, Kakashi, Naruto, Sasuke, etc. Those kind of characters, which is really cool. But when you bring Neji, who had such an impactful role, in my opinion, in Naruto Part 1, and then don't do nothing in Naruto Part 2, it makes it really hard for us to be invested in that character. It makes it extremely hard for us to be invested in him with his death. That's why I feel as his death was nothing more than, I'm saying that Naruto's my favorite anime, but it makes his death seem nothing more than a parody of Ace's death. Because we weren't invested. Had we been invested, had he been utilized, properly, had he not been misused, had something happened prior to that where he did something big and impactful, would have been more invested in the character Neji and his death. But we wasn't. He was misused throughout all of Shippuden. And if he wasn't used, he was underutilized. And that's not a good thing. Neji had everything, in my opinion. He had everything. He was a prime example of what a Hyuga should be. And Kishimoto fucked that up. Kishimoto messed that up. Neji had it all. And he was so underutilized and so misused. It's almost as if I can't even be invested in Neji in Part 2. I love Neji in Part 1. Love him. But in Neji Part 2, it's like, I don't even know who this guy is. He had maybe a couple little battles, but literally nothing memorable. Nothing, I can't even really remember a good battle Neji had. Because he probably had none. His death was okay, and it was pretty cool, and I'm really sad that he died, but that's just it. And it's really messed up. Neji had so much to offer, and it really sucks that he was underutilized, because had he been utilized to his best capabilities, he would did everything. He would have everything, okay? Everything. But that's all I have to say about Neji Hyuga being underutilized and misused in Naruto Shippuden. He was good in Part 1, but in Part 2, things went downhill. That's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoy. Please let me know what you guys think. And also, please tell me anime characters from different series or Naruto. And tell me why you think they were misused or underutilized. Also, leave a comment below and tell me if you want me to make a video on these characters from the same series or a different series. Until then, I'm going to see you guys later. Peace to freak out. It's been a while since I did that.